Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here to preview the series for this time. It's going to be the 1958 Milwaukee Braves versus the 1967 St. Louis Cardinals. Just for you to know, I always like to tell people that you should always quote your sources or always cite your sources. Usually when I talk about the years on my blog about teams, I get a lot of stuff from this book right here, 100 Years of Major League Baseball. It's Joe DiMaggio on the cover there. It goes from 1901 till 1999, just telling you kind of what happened throughout the year, who won the World Series, who won what award. And usually when I talk about the teams, that's the source that I use. I use others, and from time to time I'll show you what I use. The first team I'm going to discuss is the 1958 Milwaukee Braves. They featured such players as one of the most famous left-handed pitchers of all time, Warren Spahn. Home run king before Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron. Eddie Matthews, great third baseman. And one of my favorite cards that I've made so far, Wes Covington. Now, the 1958 Braves were a returning team to the World Series. They went in 1957 and defeated the New York Yankees. But in 1958, they returned to face the Yankees once again, and it looked like they had them on the ropes, but the Yankees rebounded and won the series in 1958, in a large part to Bob Turley. So the Braves did not have their back-to-back championships, and from that point out, the Braves were never really that great again. Until they made their run in Atlanta in the early 90s and late 90s and early 2000s. The team that we'll be playing against is the 1967 St. Louis Cardinals. Probably the most famous name from that team is Bob Gibson. They also featured base stealer extraordinaire Lou Brock. But one of the most crucial pieces of that team was their MVP, Orlando Cepeda. In the World Series, they faced off against the Boston Red Sox, who had the star player Carl Yastrzemski, who won the Triple Crown that year. However, the Cardinals had Bob Gibson, the ultimate weapon of the 1960s pitching in World Series play. So they won the series that year. Even though Bob Gibson was hurt part of the season, he still was able to pitch in the postseason, and the Cardinals beat the Red Sox. Who I predict for this series? This is a tough one for me because offensively, I think the Braves edge them out just a little bit because they have some good power in the lineup. Defensively, pitching-wise, I'll give it to the Cardinals hands down. Their starting pitching and their bullpen, I think, is a little bit better than the Braves. However, I think it's going to go back and forth. So I'm predicting a 7-game series. Initially, my gut tells me to go with the Cardinals, but I think the Braves might be able to pull it out too. So, I know I got to take a side here, so I'm going to say Cardinals in 7.